Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, man. Apparently, at Jefferson Elementary School, they didn't say what city and state it was in, but I'll find out later on. Apparently, they had a mock slave auction with a bunch of fifth graders, and apparently they had it where they had a student that was sold to another student, basically a black student sold to a white student. And I guess when the parents found out, they were outraged, and rightfully so, they should be. You know, as black people, man, we got to start dropping a boom on these schools and shit. We got to start filing lawsuits. We got to start getting these teachers fired. You know, see, what's going on now is these white people trying to dumb down slavery, try to make it look like it isn't that bad, or they'll say, oh, I was just trying to show the kids and teach them on how ugly it is by demonstrating how. No. You just thought you thought you was slick, and you was just trying something. And see, this is the type of shit that fucks up black kids' psyche. This what instantly puts the inferiority complex in black kids in thinking that white people are above them when they're not. As I've been saying, before. I can't even imagine what I would have did if I would have found out they had a mock slave auction and they did that to my son. I probably would be up at that school, like, looking for that teacher. With probably a baseball bat or, something else. Because that wasn't nothing but humiliation. And as black people, we gotta stop taking this type of shit off white people, man. Because that's been the latest thing also. Because I've been getting a lot of these dumbass white motherfuckers coming on my channel trying to tell me, oh, slavery wasn't that bad, and we're exaggerating. See, that's what you call white guilt. They're trying to dumb it down and make it look like it wasn't that big of a deal, and slaves were treated good. Sort of like to that stupid shit that Ben Carson said. No, slaves were not treated good. Slaves are slaves. Immigrants are immigrants. It's a big fucking difference. And I'm asking any black person with common sense, don't buy into that bullshit. That is the biggest crock of shit out there. Those black children in that classroom were blatantly disrespected. That teacher should be fired. And if I was the parents, I wouldn't rest till he was fired. It is no reason to do anything like that. But this is what I'm talking about. White people can dish it out. But then when you do it to them, then they want to claim victim. Look at all these incidents that's been happening before and since Donald Trump has been elected. All these incidents with black faces. All these incidents where white people are just blatantly threatening black people. And, they got a group going around that's been attacking interracial couples. Like in New York City, a black man was stabbed to death by a white person. I guess a white man because he was with a white woman or a non-black, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I told you guys when Trump was first elected president to arm yourself any way you can. Just be aware. Now, I'm not saying that, all white people is out to get you, but nevertheless, there's a lot. You have to protect yourself by any means necessary. Whatever state you in, find out, get you a blade. Get you some pepper spray. Get you a stun gun. Anything to protect yourself. If somebody run up on you, let them have it. I've told you that. And if you can legally obtain guns, go get you a gun. Whatever state you in, if you can get you a concealed carry permit, get one of them. Now, I know you can't get them in California because that's next to impossible to get one of them in Cali. So, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, you gotta protect yourself. You can't sit up there and be on that, well, they're not all bad. And I haven't said that, but you have to be prepared for the ones that are bad. Sitting around thinking that it can't happen to you, it will fuck around and happen to you. I stay ready. You know, at the end of the day, I don't be paying attention to a lot of these clowns that be sitting up talking that shit that they gonna do this to me. When they see me, they gonna do that to me. But at the end of the day, just in case they try, like I said, I'll be ready. You know, it is what it is, man. But anyway, man, getting back to this shit, you know, the slave shit, this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. As black people, we gotta stop, you know, accepting this bullshit behavior from white people. And we gotta fight back. And we can't be always hollering about, oh, I think he should keep his job and I'll forgive him and all that bullshit, because then they'll do it again. I've said this for the longest. There's just some things you can't let slide. Some things you just can't forgive. And this is one of those situations. He has to go. Whoever the teacher was, they have to go. They should be fired. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And if that shit come up about it, if people want to say, well, he might have a family. Well, he should have thought about that before he pulled a stunt like that. Sometimes you can't feel sorry for people, because if he cared about his family, he wouldn't have did nothing like that. He thought about it, and he went through with it. So now he has to pay the price. I'm out.